Hours.
If we did the tags office hours, yes. So that office hours was kind of usurped by a different topic, and I can't remember which topic it was. But we did cover tags a little bit.
That's the one.
Um,
That's the one I need.
well, we can certainly revisit tags today.
Okay, cool. I know nothing.
Tags are actually surprisingly simple.
I can't figure out the difference between those and categories.
You mean tag categories?
Okay.
Let's start there. So we've got Daniel, Rhonda, and Lucia here. Let's see. Professor talks a lot. I like that.
It's
What?
my new character as a speaker.
Uh, Rhonda, did you ever receive uh, an answer or a solution to your bullet point question?
I don't think I got any other response, no.
Okay. Just want to make sure that we get that. Gabrielle, could you take a note to follow up on that? Do you remember what that question was?
I was jumping in. I missed the question. Rhonda, can you repeat that?
Yeah, it was just how the bullets laid out. If it was a 2-line bullet, the second line wasn't like indented. It was underneath the bullet. So it's just
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just how they appeared when the next line wraps down. It was not indenting so that they look nice and even.
Yeah, the layout on the text. Yes. Sorry, Rhonda, we have been really busy. Let
It's
me
okay.
take
I
a
mean,
note.
it's not the end of the world. The material's there, just appearance wise. Obviously, I think it'd look nicer if it was.
No, but it is important. So let me take a note now, because if I don't write this down, I will forget about it. Give me a second.
Super cool. Nice to see you, Peter. Nice to see you, Daniel.
Hello there. Good to be here.
Awesome. So I'm just going to jump into sharing my screen here. And I just want to quickly touch on, for Lucia, tags. So tags are all found, or tags are managed from the, sorry, just too many controls on my screen. Tags are all managed from your account page, or from your account section of your of your school. And then you have tags and tag categories, right? So the difference between tags and tags categories are tags are the things that actually take actions, right? So those are the things that you use to actually take actions. And tag categories are simply just, imagine if you had, 10 courses or 15 courses, managing your tags could get cumbersome and confusing, even more than it really is. And so all this allows you to do is it allows you to kind of put them into buckets or folders. So you could say, hey, all of these tags are used to reveal bonuses, or all of these tags are used to send learners to a different course, or all these tags, it's just a way for you to
I
categorize.
understand it in the project management world.
Mm-hmm.
I use motion and ClickUp. So categories are okay for me there. It's when you say tags are meant for an action that it doesn't click for me.
Okay. Let's give an example.
Yes, please.
So if I go into this course I'm going into right here, that's what I'm grabbing, is built from the excuse me, from the expiring mini course template, right?
Okay.
And so there's a couple of different places where we find tags. For example, you can find them in the course content, and one of the places that you'll find it is down here in the actions, right? So we're in step number 3. and I've gone into one of the trainings, right? So if I click on training number 2 and I go to actions and points, excuse me. In actions and actions and points, you can see down at the bottom of every action or points, you have the ability to add and tag. And so in this particular case, when someone checks off that they have provided this feedback or they have taken this action, what we're indicating to the system here is that, yes, they took that action. So give this tag, put this tag onto the learner's account. And when that tag is put onto the learner's account, in this particular case, I'm going to close this and I'm going to go to our pages. You'll see that we have a section on our homepage that is dependent upon that tag. So if I go to the bonus section here and I click on edit layout, oops, not edit layout, edit content, sorry, apologize. Too many things. If I click on edit content, you can see block visibility at the very top on the left. And block visibility is dependent on, it says show this block, but only show it to the people with the tag who have this tag. So anybody who doesn't.
It's a little smaller. I want to do a screen grab. Like, can you zoom out just a skosh? Yes, please. I'm going to grab the screen. Thank you.
Okay. And so
I love a good screen grab.
yeah, sure. And so as ultimately when I say about taking an action, right? So somebody took an action, they gave you feedback on the second training about, in this particular case, it's, they're giving you feedback on the kernel of knowledge that you put out there. And when they successfully do that, they give you 20 or 50 words or whatever it is that you have. And then they check, yes, that's done. They get that tag. And then our system says, hey, look, this learner now has this tag. And so what I want you to do is actually show this section right here that says, the free bonus section, right?
Is it conditional logic?
I mean, technically, yes. Our system is saying if the learner has this tag, then show this section, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So that's what it is. But we don't have any conditional logic that you're typing. All we are is using.
I'm just doing the if then in the dev brain. That's my brain. So
sure, and that's exactly what it is. So it's if they have this tag, then they are shown this section, and the same thing happens here with this particular this section that's in pink here, which is the only time that this section in pink becomes visible is when the learner's account receives the course completed tag. So if the EMC is completed, they then see this because this is what allows them to go to that scheduling page to schedule a meeting with me.
if I could just ask a micro question in there. Let's say they finished the section. They ticked off somehow that they finished the section, but they didn't give the feedback. So is the feedback the only way to indicate? I mean, obviously everybody's going to do theirs differently, but in this particular case, in this hypothetical, if I complete the section and I don't give feedback, would there need to be a separate tag to take me to the block?
Ultimately, if they don't complete the action, right, let's just go look at it. In this particular case, we're asking them to give me, I'm asking them to give them 25 words or more, right, in order for this action to be considered complete.
Okay.
But, in a grander sense, here's what a lot of people ask. In a grander sense, for example, the first action in this training is, did you watch the video? And the only, it's what's the word I'm looking for? There's a gentle person's agreement that says, if you're going to tick this box, then you're saying, yes, I've watched this video, right? you have no way of knowing whether or not they actually watched the
Oh,
video.
sure, yeah. You can't depend on their
Right.
accountability to themselves.
Right. Exactly. So, you know, somebody could give you just, you know, 5 lines of gobbledygook feedback, and then that would ultimately meet that criteria of 25 words. So yes,
Take,
the answer is
okay.
can people get tags without actually doing it? Yes, the short answer.
Okay.
And then so another place that you can use tags is in the experiences, right? So if I go down to an experience, let's just say this one right here, if somebody completes the course, right? And I open up the path, you'll see there's 2 tags here. That we remove the EMC not completed and we put on the EMC completed tag. As you know, when they've clicked that final action button. And so when they receive this EMC completed tag, the second one right here, that indicates to our system that bonus section, or so that pink section, should be shown on both the training page and the home page.
I
And
see that you have numeric similarities for the word completed, so it's sort of batched under, would that be a category?
so the reason why these have a number after them is because we start the expiring mini course from a template, right? And so we copy that template into your account. And the template itself has, you know, EMC not completed, EMC completed. And if we were to copy those tags in as they are, we would have lots and lots and lots of the same tags all over the system. And so they get a unique number so that the system realizes that that tag is unique to your course. That's the only reason for that number.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to drill down pretty hard in the help section.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, help me understand what your consternation is right now. What's the...
I'm not having consternation. I had wanted to attend that office hours because I
Sure.
felt it would be a fulsome approach to categories and tags so that when I went to execute, I would have lexicon familiarity and that kind of thing. So anyway, I appreciate the few minutes. If you want to maybe plop a helpful link in the chat, you could, I will happily relinquish the center of attention.
No worries. Thank you very much. Awesome. And you know, anytime you have any more questions, no worries. You just got to ask.
I'm
That's
interested to hear the answer to the mailing list question. I don't think I've gotten emails from you guys in a long time.
coming in the new email editor and timing. I do not have any new information about when the new email editor will be coming. I think what Daniel you're referring to is something like this when we are I'm just going to actually do this in a different course so I don't.
I kind of meant being on your mailing list, getting stuff from Murray and Brenda and all those gangs.
Sure, absolutely. So if you sign up for an account, you're on our mailing list unless you click unsubscribe. We have recently taken the decision to send out less email, simply because we were overwhelming our community with lots and lots and lots of emails about lots of stuff, right? So we've ratcheted it back. But the newsletter that was recently created, the Gamification Insider, I believe it's called, that only comes out periodically. I don't know. I think it's monthly, and so you'll see that when the next edition comes out. No worries at all. But unless you've clicked unsubscribe at some point, you're on our email list. Believe you me. I was right in the middle of a thought there. Oh, sorry, Daniel's questions. So if we're going to look at, let's just add another action to this particular experience, right? So right here we have an email that they are sending, and we want to add another one, right? So we'll come down here, we'll add another action. The new email editor is not in here, so we can either have a pre-written email, one of the templates that we have, or we can just, you know, start an email from scratch. Man, does it feel like Monday morning to me. And so if you click on that, you're going to basically build it from scratch. And if we use the pre-built emails, you'll be able to choose one of the ones that we've built for you already. And Daniel, you're referring to another email builder that has much more, it's much more robust in terms of marking up the text and using different fonts and, sort of clicking and dragging, in images and those kinds of things. That is not, it's still in testing mode and it has not been released to the system quite yet. I don't have a release date for you, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's an announcement on the right side of the screen when I logged into XP this morning about it, Murray. It's announced that it's coming. So that's why I'm just wondering. I'm wondering how robust it's going to be, because depending on how different it is, I will wait to do some things.
I guess in terms of email, it really, it gives you a lot of formatting capabilities, but it really makes it's just really more about trying to make it easier to write an email.
Yeah.
And so it's not like any super magic there.
Yeah, for me, it's the formatting stuff. There's just not that much to play with in the current editor.
Sure. So I unfortunately do not have the exact timing.
Okay, great.
Let's take a look. If I go back, of course it's here. There's a schedule of course in advance for forums, and you were talking about
and rolling out very soon leaderboards and new email builder.
The new email builder, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Super cool.
Okay, thanks.
No worries. We have our showcase coming up on Thursday, which is exciting. Any other questions that we want to tackle right here? At the top. Oh, Mary, thanks for joining us. Rhonda, go ahead.
Okay, sure. Can I share my screen?
Let me turn mine off. Absolutely.
Okay. This has to do with EMC as well and sending emails. And so, okay, so I'm in this whole path of the email for my EMC. And I'm looking down at this email after. So after we wait 2 weeks, they were suspended. We wait 2 weeks and then we unsuspend them and kind of give them a last chance email, like, hey, do you want to get back in? So I'm looking at that email.
Okay.
And right here where it says, here's the link to get back in. Is this supposed to be the magic link for this course?
Correct. It's the magic link that the student would use to get back in there.
So when I got this email as a test student,
the
link didn't work. So I came back in here and was looking at it. I'm like, okay, I think it's a magic link. So I redid it. It says magic link right there. And then I did a test email and it still doesn't work. Is that because it's a test email?
No, let's highlight the whole sentence. Then click on the link. And let's click on magic link. Shazam. Yep.
Okay.
And then let's click update.
Okay.
And then go back in there and send yourself a test email and let's see if it works and you don't have to show us all your email, but it's okay. No worries. So it looks like it's hyperlinked. So have you clicked it?
I'm clicking it. Nothing's happening.
That's really disappointing.
Now, the funny thing is, I'm enrolled as a student in another course of mine, and I got a similar email. It's like, hey, we missed you, blah, 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 get back into your account. And that link worked. So I did some investigating and it's the magic link. So that's why I'm like, okay, I think I'm doing it correctly, but I don't know why it's not clicking.
You are doing it correctly.
And I'll just try it on my phone. I don't know why, but check the email on my phone. Yeah, I'm clicking the link and it highlights like it looks like it's going to click open, but
right, exactly. Yeah,
exactly. Nothing's happening.
I'm going to test this on my side. One moment, please. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. So here we are.
Hey, Larry.
Yes.
So I've been having that same issue.
Okay.
However, when it goes out on actual student, it works. It doesn't work for my test student. I don't know why, but it works for the actual student.
But it works for the actual student.
Yeah, so something with the cookies or whatnot, even though I haven't tried it on incognito, I did try it on a different PC. It doesn't work, but it works for my student. I haven't tried it on incognito though.
Totally, Ed. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Well, and in, so on the next final email after this, like we wait a day and whatever, and then we get like one more email saying, hurry up, like really seriously, this is your last chance. So
Yeah.
I just got that email myself as a student on Saturday, and the link did work. Now it's saying I don't have access because I waited too long, so I get that little write-up.
Uh-huh.
But that did work, and it's the same. It's this right here, and it's the magic link.
Right.
So maybe it is not working as a test.
Yeah, so this I'm listening to what Christopher said, and he said that, you know, it's not working as a test, but I'm trying to recreate the problem right now on my side, and I've recreated it exactly as you had. So I sent myself a test email, and the link was not there in the test email, even though it's definitely linked in my in the email, right, that I'm sending. So
As we're here, can you send that to Brenda and see if it'll look for her?
sorry, Christopher, say that again. I didn't quite catch the whole thing.
Sorry, can you send it? Can you forward the email to Brenda and see if it works for her?
Sure. I'm going to also just, I'm putting a different test link in there.
What's the difference between the magic link and the training magic link?
The training magic link will take you directly to a specific training.
But normally we give everybody the magic link, correct?
Right, right. And
When would you use the other?
if you know, if you had a reason to send someone specifically to a training for some reason, right?
Okay.
Do you mean a training inside of a course, an actual like
Correct.
training? Okay.
That's why we have the URL of the training. Let's see.
Thank you.
Oh, I've just created a test link, and now I've just sent it to myself, and the test link doesn't work. Always fun. One second until we. I did send it. I know it's there. Here we go. Let's see. So I have sent it to several email accounts, and the test link does not happen. And so, unfortunately, in this at this point right here on this call, I don't have any way to fix this problem other than, Rhonda, we owe you an answer about whether or not, you know, when we send a test email, does this not work? Christopher says that it works when you're a student, but you said that you created a student account and you went through as a dummy student and it did not work as well. Correct, Rhonda?
Well, the odd thing is the first this email, the one here, is still a priority. When I first got that as a student, the link tried to go to a page, but it was like an errored out page. It wasn't going to any correct page. So I went in and like unlinked it and linked it back to the magic link. And now obviously I'm not going to get that email again as a student, but then I got this next email, and as a student, that one did work.
That one did work.
Yes. But I don't think I did anything to this email. It was really just this one I was looking at.
Okay.
But then a couple days later, I got this email. I'm like, oh, does this work? And I'm like, oh, it works. So now I just need to reverse engineer that and fix the first one, right? That's where my mind.
Sure, totally understand. Totally
But
understand.
now I can't see because the test email doesn't work. So at this time, we're assuming it's going to work for the student, and research
Right, but we want to have, we want to give you certainty here,
Yeah.
right?
Why don't you just send it to a close friend just so they can see if it opens for them? That's what I do. I just have one person that she like is my test person other than myself.
Wouldn't it still be a test email though, in the test format?
Exactly. See that?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're not published yet?
Oh, it's published.
Just put it
No,
in your
what she-
program.
Right. But she's saying that, that what we're trying to determine is whether or not the test emails, the links work in the test emails. Sorry, if the links do not work in the test emails, but they do work for students. So this is something that we need to test immediately on our side.
Well, yes, you need to test it. I'm just saying, I mean,
Right.
XP needs to test it, but she could test it with just any old person. to see if it
But that's
opens.
what we just did. Isn't that what I just did?
You put Steven in your program?
No, but if I send a test email, the test email is going to be the same format to any email that I send it to.
Right, exactly.
We need to send it as a live email, which we'd have to put a student back through it and get them to the stage, which I don't know if we have time for, or would want to wait that long.
My experience
So-
has been with my email platform that it never comes out right to me, but if I send it to somebody else, it comes out right. And so I'm just assuming that may be the same problem with this platform.
Can I send it to you? Do you want to take a look at it?
Sure.
What's your email?
It's Michelle Race .coaching.
RACE.
Yeah, how it's spelled on the screen. MICHELE RASE at Yahoo. No, excuse me. .coaching at Gmail. I got two emails.
I'm sorry.
.coaching at Gmail.
.coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take
I
out
only have
one.
one L in my name, Michelle.
Cool.
Okay. All righty.
Okay, on the way.
Okie doke. That's worth trying. I mean, I found that a problem with, I have mail munch and it drives me nuts, so.
Okay, I just got the test email.
You got it?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I got the test email. And the link still doesn't work.
Hmm.
Did we uncover another glitch?
So I think that, I think it would behoove us to escalate this. So my support team here, Gabrielle, this is definitely something that we'd like to escalate today. If you could put it either in ClickUp or let our developers know that we are having issues with the magic link and sending, with test emails, sending from that the magic link isn't working with, especially when it relates to the expiring mini course. Just want to figure out if there's something wrong with that or if that's a system-wide problem.
Okay, I need to give you some advance on that. I was checking on my side while you was checking on yours.
Mm-hmm.
And it works on Outlook, but it doesn't work on Google directly, on Google email. So maybe it's a block. It's been blocked from the Googles or in this case, the iOS system. For example, if you just open the email and go to the direct link on Outlook, it works. But if you open the same email from Gmail, for example, it just directed you to the wrong page. So
I'm having the opposite. I'm having the opposite experience. This is an Outlook. My 7 point, this is an Outlook email.
okay, yeah, but it's a Mac, I think. Yeah, do you have access to that account with something that it's not that email management system like, I don't know, maybe it's a Gmail account, it's an Outlook account, it's a Live account.
So this one's Outlook, my business one. And then here's just another one that I've been using. Here's my student account and here's my urgent final day notice. And this one works. And that's a Gmail.
Okay, I am just wondering if we can open that one by, instead of direct clicking on it, just copy the link and paste it on a browser. If you open the email, that it's not working, and then instead of making a click on on that one, just copy the link. And let's try exactly, yeah, that one. I will recommend you to use the incognito window. Let me see if this kind of works.
I forget how to do it incognito window.
Okay, yeah, it's on the three dots on the right
Oh, yeah.
upper
Sorry.
yeah side. Yeah. No, but that is not the link. Okay, give me a second. Ladek, do you use Mac more than me? Is there another way to do that easier?
Well, ultimately, what the thing is that the link that's coming to that you're copying inside your email program is being hidden, right? The real link is being hidden.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's
so,
right, because it's a magic link.
yeah. So there's no way it's gonna you can't just copy and paste it out of there because it has to come to our system. Our system then translates it into a real URL, and then
Yep, that makes sense to me.
Then it's not a good idea. Sorry. Let me try different way.
I'm gonna stop sharing. We can move on. It sounds like we probably need to table this one anyway, so.
I was gonna say, I think let's find out. We need to do some testing, and we need to come back with you with a complete answer. Sort of, because this should be the email experience should be the same for everyone, regardless of your email platform.
Right.
So we will make sure that we, like I said, give you a complete answer here sometime today, and we'll escalate this issue just to make sure. Awesome.
Thank you.
Daniel, you've had your hand up there patiently for a while. Can I ask you what your question is?
Yeah, here's the problem I'm trying to solve. Is that I have courses that send out text messages 3 times a day to people to remind them to do stuff, and I have people all over the world. So it's just I'm asking you a question I hadn't thought of until just now. So I'm sorry I haven't looked to see what I can and can't do. There's an issue with sending out text messages because time of day is really different if you're in the US versus Europe versus Australia, right? So so it just occurred to me though, is it possible to have, first of all, it just occurred to me, I can use tags to segment people. Like let's say segment them into 2 categories, Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere. Okay. So, and I could tag them and then have those text messages sent based on those 2 tag groups. So that's a way for me to solve this issue. But then is there a way when I have people, when people first sign up, or I first put them into the system, to automatically assign tags? Like, and this is the part I haven't looked up to see what I can do, so I apologize. It just occurred to me that this could be a way to do it. So that when a client goes in there, that there's a way to somehow have the system automate the assignment of the tag.
Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, ultimately, here, I'll share the course that we have here again. So, you know, the very first thing that we have in this particular experience that you're looking at on my screen right now is the experience says, you know, the trigger is when a student is added to the course, right? And so when someone's added to your course, what we just need to do is we need to figure out, how do we determine what hemisphere they're in or what time zone they're in?
Where they are in the world, yeah.
Because then what you would do is you would just, you know, the very first action here would be to, you know, add a tag that says Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere, Central Time, you know, Hanoi time, whatever it is, right? But that would be an immediate action. As soon as they sign up for the course and they push go, that tag would be applied to them. I'm trying to think of an eloquent way that we, you know, the way that I would consider doing it, or that I would think of doing it, is that the first thing that happens when someone signs up for your course is they're taken to your homepage, right? And so I would put an action on the homepage that says, you know, please select your, you know, select your time zone. Either, you know, you could say Eastern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere, you could something like that. And then you could use that action to set the tag for them for their text messages.
Okay, so give them, yeah, I'm sorry, my registration process I don't do through Experientify, so I'm not really familiar with it. So, but you're saying I could put a question on there, because what I do it is by continent. Which continent do you live on? Is how I would do it. And so if it's on one of these two continents, push this button. If it's anything else, push this other button. So you're saying that I can set this up so that the student can do that?
Correct. So tell me what your registration process is. But I mean, ultimately, they register outside of Experientify, but then they are registered for the course, and then when they're registered for the course, the very first thing that they see is the homepage. Correct?
Yeah. Yes, they get an email from the system, because I in essence input the people into XP, I import a CSV, and then just assign them to the course. And then at that point, XP sends them that initial email with the magic link and welcome and that kind of thing.
Right. And so as soon as they get that magic link, right? So you're manually adding people to your course, which is fine. Totally. A lot of people do that. You know, so what you could do is you could put something on this homepage where you're asking them that question. You could ask them to, you know, take an action. So we could, you know, put this block here. Again, I really shouldn't do it on this course, but, you know, and then so you could have an action here where it says, you know, click this button if you are on the East Coast, or click this button, or if you're on the Western Hemisphere.
And then just put assign a tag on the back.
Exactly.
Okay,
As soon as they click that, and if you really only have two,
it'll just be two is all I need, I think.
Well, yeah, if you have two, then you really don't need that one action. You can make it as simple as possible. You just say, please click this button if you are in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. If you're not,
and then you know for a fact that if they don't click that, you know, if they don't click that, then they have to be in the Western Hemisphere, right?
Got it.
Because you have a binary yes no kind of question.
Yeah.
So that could be one thing, and you could just kind of set it. You could put like a big label there that says, "Hey, I want to be able to send you text messages when you're not sleeping. So please, you know, if you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, click here," kind of thing.
Okay.
If not, don't worry about this.
Okay, brilliant, cool.
And that way, that's what I mean. That's one way to do that intake process there.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
In your registry, you know, just to give you a little bit more complexity in your registration process, whatever you have, or you could ask that question as well. And then when you import, you could put that into a custom field, and then look at the custom field, and then use that as a tagging option as well.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Glad we were able to answer that. I'm still sweating from the email. issue that Rhonda brought up. People, I love that we have
Sorry.
this. I love that we have this community experience to solve these things. But boy, does it make me like sweat when you put something on the table there, and I'm just like, crap, I can't fix this right now. I know it can be fixed quickly, but boy, that's embarrassing. I feel like Lucia, you had your hand up as well, or Hamilton, you had your hand up as well. Why don't
Yeah,
you go
my
ahead?
hand's up.
We haven't heard from you yet. Hamilton, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I think she had her hand up first, just in fairness. But I can go if that's okay. I have a course. I haven't done anything in Experienceify at all because I've
Okay.
just been procrastinating and just, you know,
Let's get
you
it
know
down,
how I
Hamilton.
go.
Come on. Okay.
And I have a course that I've been trained to teach, and it's really a cookie cutter course. And I could keep it exactly the way it is and teach it, but I want to turn it into an Experienceify course. How do I do that? It has several everything is a cookie cutter. Like I said, I've been trained to teach people this course, and the course is already laid out and everything.
Sure.
How do I, what do I do? What do I start with?
Can you give me a sense of what kind of course is it? Or what are you training? What are you
Okay.
teaching people to do?
Okay. Have you guys ever heard of Train the Trainer?
Of course.
Okay, so long story
I was in
short.
the NGO world for 15 years. Yes.
Okay, so I was trained to teach people, if you know anything, parts therapy. And the parts therapy is the two authors of the course, they're the masters of parts therapy for this. And so long story short, they want their course to still stay the same. That's why they put it all together and cookie cutted it for me, just to be able to point and click. There's videos in it, there's resources in it. There's basically it's everything that you need to know when it comes to, and then basically after I teach this course, these people can go out and do parts therapy.
Okay,
So,
cool.
and I want to turn it into an experience if I can.
Yeah. Ultimately, what I would do is I would look at the outcomes from each of the lessons. Can you give me a sense does it have 10 modules, 20 modules? Like
It has 12 modules, around 12 modules. It has videos, it has references to their books. And there's a section for if you want to, well, there's a section for a practical, like, so for them to actually practice. It's designed to be online and in person, both.
Sure. Okay.
But
And
they
do you
want to keep
plan
the
on-
integrity of their videos.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And do you plan on teaching this as a self-paced course or as a cohort course where you're going to have both asynchronous and synchronous learning? So like live.
Well, it could take about 3 days. That's it. It's not a long course. It takes 12 months or 6 months or anything like that. It's a 3-day course.
Okay. So you want to do it self-paced. So people come in, sign up for the course, they go through it, and Shazam, they get the certificate and they go from there.
Well, I'd like to have some, I haven't determined that yet, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like I said, I haven't done an online course like this before, so I don't know how to do it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm that's why I'm seeking help.
No worries. And so my advice to you, just from the instructional design kind of perspective, or just sort of student engagement perspective, is that you want to first take a look at the learning outcomes that you are trying to achieve, right? So what is it that, the ultimate goal is that they're going to receive this certification, but along the way, there's going to be milestones that they probably reach in order to say, yes, I get that. And yes, I understand that. And you're going to be able to test that along the way, or at least confirm that they have absorbed that knowledge. And so you have your major learning outcome, which is they are now certified for this course because they have proven along the way that they've done this. You need to determine whether or not you're going to actually interact with the course or not as a human. So if it's a self-paced course, then, you never actually show up. It's something that they're going to go through step by step. But if it's a cohort course or something that you're going to say, look, after module 1, you're going to jump on a Zoom call with them, or maybe like every week, maybe you hold a weekly Zoom call, and anybody in modules 1 through 3 are going to, you're available to answer questions or give feedback or something like that, right? So you have to
Mhm.
determine what kind of interaction you want to have with the course.
Yeah,
And
well, I
then,
want to have some interaction,
yeah, sure.
with
And
that.
so, but
I gotta
ultimately,
have some interaction.
sure, yeah. And so ultimately what we're looking at here is we're just, you're putting the big criteria, you're deciding the big criteria of how much interaction you want to have, when do you want to have that interaction, right, as a human. And then in order to continue, then I would say the third real big consideration is how will you continue to nudge your learners along the path to get to those live moments, right? And so this is where for every training, we recommend that you give at least 2 actions, like giving feedback on a video, or completing a worksheet and then submitting that to you, or doing some type of action like that. And that's really where the Experienceify, those points that you can get and the actions that we ask students to take, that's where those pieces come into play. So those are really like the 3 big things that I would ask yourself first. I would put that down on a document, like write that down on a document, and then go look through your course material and start lining it up to meet those 3 goals. And then, I'm happy to, come, have you come back to another office hours, and or we can take another call with you and help you build that, help you plan that out.
Okay, all right. I know one of the requirements is a session, you know, a session.
100%.
Anyway, but it depends. Like if I was doing this in person, then it would be a mock session, and then there
Mhm.
would be certain things that would not be done. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Because you don't want to mess somebody else's head up.
Of course. Sure. Yeah. I
Um,
understand. Yeah.
okay, cool. All right, I'll go ahead
So
and
yeah,
have.
so I would look at those 3 big, those 3 big pieces, definitely start with what are your learning outcomes that you want, right? How much interaction will you have with the course in terms of actually being on calls or being, having what's called synchronous interaction with them. And
Mhm.
then third, as you go look through each of your trainings within your topics, what are things that you could do or things you ask the student in order to actually get them to continue to take actions? And that's what you give them points for. That's how you experienceify it.
Okay. And are there any like examples out there, or is there anybody that has done something similar to this that maybe I could tap into?
Good news, on June 13th, which is just in 3 short days, we're having a showcase, and there will be 3 courses that we're showing off. So why don't you come join us for that office hours? It's going to be, it is at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So 8 o'clock New
Oh,
York
that's
time
cool. I'm in the Eastern. I'm
in the
in the,
evening. So it's going to be in the evening. We
oh,
chose the evening time just because we wanted to do our first one when most people are off work, hopefully having a glass of wine, something like that. I don't know. Depends on if you drink alcohol. But so we're going to have 3 courses. One sounds very much like yours. It's kind of a membership course. The second one is a lead generation course. So like uses expiring mini course to bring people in. And the third one is something of a cohort course as well. And they're 3 different, the people who will be presenting are 3 different levels. One's very, very beginning, one's kind of an intermediate presenter, and one's very advanced. And so I encourage you to come on Thursday.
do I use this same link?
It will be the same link, yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
No
thank
worries.
you.
Lucia, let me go over to you.
Yes, shouldn't be long. I would like to know if it is possible, you don't necessarily have to explain how, but if it is possible to have different membership levels where, okay, that's all. I couldn't find it in the help. That's why I spent the
Okay.
whole session today looking for it in the help.
So if we go back to, I mean, ultimately membership levels are determined by
Access to material, right?
right, but what I would say is, you have different subscriptions, right? So you could have different
Mm,
subscription plans, right?
mm,
And those different payment plans. And so depending upon which kind that they sign up for, you would give their account a different tag, gold, silver, platinum. And then
right.
that's how they become, or that's how they get access to different materials in the course.
Big yay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it was just the search word. I wasn't using subscriptions. I was using membership. So thank you
Sure.
very much.
No worries.
Cool.
There you go. And Michelle.
Oh, I'm sure I've asked this before, but I'm actually doing it today. What's the best way to do a video to put into the system?
The best.
YouTube, Fem.
So there's so the best way that I have found for people who are not super advanced, you know, videographers, when we are done with the Zoom call today, is to then click on Zoom once again. So it's only you on the screen,
Mhm.
and then you have the ability to record to
Yep.
your computer, right? It says there's two options. You can record to the cloud or you can record to your computer. Those are the two
So
options.
Zoom's the easiest way to get.
Zoom's super easy. Look, you already look fantastic. We already hear you, you know, the audio already works. So you don't have to think about any other equipment, right? You don't have to set up a camera or anything. And so
That's why I washed my hair and did my makeup today, because I'm gonna do it. I already had some professional videotaping
Sure,
my exercise movements, and I just want to videotape me like at each beginning of the module. That's all. So, Zoom it is. Zoom.
Sorry. So yeah, so that is the easiest and most effective way I have
Okay.
found. This is me. I've recorded hundreds of videos, literally hundreds of videos all using Zoom.
Okay.
It's fantastic. Here's one pro note.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if I can even show it to you. Let's see. I am going to share it.
Where do you save it to? Just your videos on your computer?
So
and
when
pull
so
it
when
from
you
there?
yeah, so when you start the video and you click on record and you say click record this to my computer, right?
Okay.
You will then record the video. When you click stop, Zoom will then do a little bit of encoding so that it will save it to your, and you will choose, well, there's a default folder, but it will automatically appear on your screen where it saves to your computer. And then
Can you edit from there?
Yeah, absolutely. Then you can click and drag. You can drag it anywhere you want.
Okay.
The one thing I would recommend, and I'm unfortunately, it's a little bit meta, is that I cannot share the Zoom software with you, right?
Mhm.
But there's one. Ooh, I wonder if I can do it in. Let's see, where would it be?
I'm
Give me
going back and forth, which is the easiest way to do it and to get it into the
sure. Just stay with
XP.
me for 1 second here. Let me just see if I can find it in here. So inside I just have one key thing here, and what I'm going to tell you. Let's see my account. Let's go to my account. Is there is a way to in the settings. I'm just going to go to recordings. Nope, that's not it. If I go to settings and recording, this one right here is really, it just makes everything nicer. Look for this setting, which says optimize for the recording for a third-party video editor.
Ooh, let me take that picture.
And you don't have to go into the web page. You can actually do this from within the application itself, within the software, the Zoom software. That's the only one I recommend that you actually click on. All of the other stuff doesn't, that's up to you. But if you use that, then Zoom puts a special kind of encoding on the video so that it just makes it easier to use with other editing software. And that's the one setting I recommend.
Great, thank you.
No worries. Good luck on your recording.
Thank
And remember,
you.
just do it. Don't try to be perfect.
Yeah, well, I got that one down, not being perfect.
Here's
So.
here's my second tip for your video today. Do you already have your a teleprompter that you use?
I don't have a teleprompter. I usually just set up a piece of paper in front of my screen and cheat off of that.
Here's what I'm gonna do for you right here. I'm putting in the Zoom chat.
Is it a free one?
Free service that you can use. Oops.
Yay.
I can send it to everyone. Where's everyone? Everyone's gone. There you go. If you go to qprompter.com, you can cut and paste your text into there, and then when you click on yes, start the teleprompter, it comes up on the screen and then it will scroll automatically so that you can just look right at your camera and read the top line, just like a news actor or news anchor. That was a Freudian slip. And yeah, it's a great,
And-
I've used it for hundreds of videos.
I can do that on the laptop, or do I have to do it on the phone? On the
Do it
laptop?
on your laptop.
Okay.
Ladek, I tried the Ronda's email on my site and it's working. Do you want me to share the screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Document. Okay, guys. Just to confirm, Rhonda, is this the right email?
That was the one that she was sending as a test message. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, if I try it like this, it's working.
And you sent that from her account to yourself or what?
Yep, I create a test student on her account, and that's it. It works.
So
I don't know.
did you receive the email as a student, or did you receive the email as an administrator on the account?
No, as a student.
Okay.
It's a test student. Yeah, in fact, the email say it's right here.
Right. Your test.
Yeah, so even if I don't open it on incognito window, it's working. Maybe it's something blocking from her. And
Well, no, I think there's something related. Thank you very much, Gabrielle. I apologize. I don't want to talk over you, but I would love to get a complete answer from the development team about why when that test email is sent to the administrator of the account, why it's not working. Because I recreated the problem, right? Like I sent a test email from my account to the administrator, me, on the account, and I had the same problem.
as an administrator.
Right, exactly. So
okay, that's why. Yeah, sorry, Rhonda, you're
no,
making
it's great. It's awesome. It's fantastic that you've confirmed.
But only as a test student.
No, but it's
Yeah,
fantastic
you're
that
right.
you confirmed that students, yeah.
The students will be able to see it, but not as administrator. Yeah,
Right.
great to know that.
And
Okay,
you know
well,
what?
good to know
It
it's
makes
working for
sense.
students.
It makes sense, Rhonda. If I'm trying to I'm now like the administrative machinery is going off in my head. So imagine this. You're logged in as an administrator in your Experienceify account. And then you send yourself a test email. And then you clicked on that, you would be trying to look at the email as if you were a student, but you're still logged in as administrator. You know what I mean? So I can see where we're going to get kind of a complicated answer.
Oh, yeah, I see.
From our
Yeah,
development team.
Because there's no magic link for an administrator.
Right, exactly. And it's almost like you're trying to be two personalities at once in the same browser. And so I can see where there's a little bit of, I'm glad that Gabrielle, thank you so much for testing it and confirming that it works for a student.
Yeah, that's great.
I
see, yeah,
I would love to give you a why answer though. I'd love to give you, like, hey, this is why it doesn't work. So
that's okay. Or is there a workaround to truly validate that it does work for a student that I can do pretty quickly rather than going through the whole,
right, exactly,
2-week wait period, all that kind of stuff. But we're good to go for now. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
I would recommend them to just create a test student with a Gmail account or something like that. A really common way to test it, and it's really quickly. Yeah.
All right, thank you, fantastic people. We've somehow reached the top of the hour. I apologize that we did not do the bonus section training today. And internally, our team has told me that we need to do the trainings first and answer questions afterwards. So maybe going forward, we will be doing that so that we put the theme training for the day on the table there first, and we'll go from there. Christopher, I will answer your question at 1:30 today.
Okay, good. I just want to remind you.
Yep, no worries. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, either morning or evening, wherever you're at in the world.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Next
everyone. Have a great week.
Hi.
Yeah. If I might close window, sorry.
Sure. Just that I need the same link for another call, so
Yes, I'm leaving now.
bye. Alex, tienes que irte. Ay. ¿Qué me pasa?